Hi friends, it's Miss Castor. I wasn't planning on doing a lesson today, but then I realized that tonight is a special night because of the moon. And I got to thinking about one of my favorite books. This book is called Good Night Moon, and it's written by Margaret Wise Brown, and the pictures are by Clement Hurd. You probably have this at your house. This was one of my favorite books. And I opened it up and I didn't realize this was my book when I was a little girl. And look, I did a no-no. What did I do, guys? I wrote in the book, I wrote my name, I wrote Julie Ann in the book. Isn't that funny? So I've had this book a long time. So here's the title page, Good Night Moon. I need to take the pages. In the great green room, there was a telephone and a red balloon and a picture of, you know what the picture is? The cow jumping over the moon. And there were 3 little bears sitting on chairs. And 2 little kittens and a pair of mittens. There. And a little toy house and a young mouse. There's the house. There's the mouse. And a comb and a brush and a bowl full of mush and a quiet old lady who was whispering, hush. Good night, moon. Good night, cow jumping over the moon. Good night, light and the red balloon. Good night, bears. Good night, chairs. Good night, kittens. And good night, mittens. Good night, clocks. Good night, socks. Are those rhyming words? Remember we talked about rhyming words? Clocks and socks rhyme, kittens and mittens. Good night, house. Good night, mouse. That's right, house and mouse rhyme. Good night, comb. Good night, brush. Good night, nobody. Good night, mush. Mush is kind of like oatmeal. My grandma likes mush. And good night to the little old lady whispering, hush. Hush and mush rhyme. Good night, stars. Good night, air. Good night, noises everywhere. What's it time to do now? Time to go to bed. Not for you yet. You get to stay up a little bit longer, but I wanted to show you a craft and tell you something special about tonight. Tonight, there's going to be a full moon called a pink, I think it's called a super pink moon. Is that pretty cool? Super pink moon. Now the moon's not going to really be pink. It's going to be really big. Tonight, the moon is going to be the closest to the earth than it will be the whole year of 2020. So it's a pretty cool event. So if you go outside tonight, if you live in Murfreesboro, if you go outside tonight around, let's see, 6:56 is when they have what's called the moonrise. And that's when the moon will start to come up into the sky, and that's when the moon is going to be the biggest it will be all year. Now, it's not going to be pink. The reason it's called pink is because a scientist named it that because this time of year, what color do you see a lot of flowers? Are the flowers pink? That's right. So that's why they call it the super pink moon. Remember, it's in the spring. So I want to see if maybe tonight, if you can go outside, ask your mom and dad if you can go out and look at the moon in the sky. And you can see how big it is. And this is a craft that I made. I used some things around my house. I only had a little bit of black paper, so I took some paper and I colored it with my crayons black. and I traced a circle. I used a cup. You could get your mom to help you, and I cut it out of aluminum foil. Then I had some hole punchers and I punched some yellow dots for stars. So if you want to make a craft, you can. And you can, I took this one because this could show you kind of how the moon has different phases. Right now it looks like a crescent. And if I move it over some, you can make it bigger. And you can see the different shapes of the moon. Tonight the moon's going to be a full circle. When it's a circle moon, it's called a full moon. And remember, tonight it's going to be the super pink moon. I hope you'll check it out. Bye.